Hi, it's May 26th. Yeah, let me check. May 26th in the morning, and I'm here to talk about a few things. Number one, last night I got home from work and I was so not feeling well. I was feeling overwhelmed and tired and a little lonely. I think I didn't eat enough, so when I came home, there was no one here to take care of me, right? So I had to take care of myself. I had to be my own caretaker, I had to be my own, so I got home and I said to myself, okay, you're strong, you could do this. Go eat something. So I ate something. And then I said, okay, I feel a little better. Now go take a shower. So I went and I took a shower. And then I came out and I felt much better. And I wanted to say that sometimes we need to be our own caretaker and our own supporter and be strong for ourselves. And it works some of the time. Today I noticed that two of my pajama pants that I got from New York are too big on me by the waist, so someone's beeping out there. I live in the center, that's why. So I'm gonna throw those two pajama pants out, and I'm gonna throw a third one out, which is kind of like, I don't know what was wrong with it, but last night I put it on and I think it had some fleas in it or something, so I was getting bit on my butt. So I think I'm gonna throw that pants out too, and I put some perfume where I got bitten. So I don't know why I did that, but I felt better. And so I'm gonna go buy that. And the other morning and the other day I was sitting on my bed, just chilling, relaxing, and I noticed that there's crows outside my window and they keep peering at me. They come to my window and they look inside and they look at me. And then my roommate, he said that there's a nest in the tree right here. So I looked and there's actually a nest right there. There's a nest in the tree. And that's why the crows are there. And crows are intelligent animals in general. So and they're also vultures, I believe. They're birds of prey. So that's kind of got me a little nervous. They're looking at me through the window. And so I had a dream last night, and I woke up this morning, and I had a dream I was in New York, and I was supposed to fly with my father and my sister to Israel, and we got to the airport, and I forgot my passport, and we were already at the boarding time, so they left without me, and then I had to book a new ticket to come myself to Israel. So that was an interesting dream. One of my frustrations about living in Israel is that they don't have a laundromat. So, like in America, if you don't have a laundry machine in your house, you could just go to the laundromat and wash your clothes. But here they don't have that for some reason. They only have dry cleaning, which is super expensive, which I don't want to do for my crappy clothes. And they don't either have a lot of copy centers, I want to go and make copies or get stuff printed. They don't really have so many, but I think I know where there's one next to Ben Yehuda. So another thing is that last night, when I came home, I had sardines. It's the easiest thing to eat. It's nasty. I don't really like sardines so much, but it's nutritional and it's easy to eat. So, like my mother says, she says, if you don't like something, hold your nose and eat it. So that's what I did. I held my nose and I ate it like this. Not literally, but I forced myself to eat it, and I felt better, right? So if you're ever lazy to cook, like me, I'm lazy, I don't like to cook, so you can just eat sardines. It's a great nutritional, it's like a lifesaver sometimes, and I actually know people that love sardines. For example, her name is Glenda from Shiloh. She loves sardines, and I don't know, her friend hates the smell of it, but she loves it. This Glenda, she loves sardines. And, you know, I went to the toilet. Here's just another thought. I went to the toilet, and I saw that, you know, if you don't have your phone with you for entertainment, while you're sitting there, the greatest epiphanies happen in the toilet. You know, so you should try going to the toilet without a phone, or even go with a book, but just leave your phone. Don't go on your phone, and you'll have greatest insights and philosophies and epiphanies. It's great. And do any of you agree with me? Just curious. Please tell me. It's funny because I'm living in Israel 3 years now, and it's a very small country, but I haven't traveled much because I'm lazy. I'm more the type that just likes to laze around and have a good time and chill out and laid back, you know. But I want to know who else is lazy to travel like me. Am I the only one? And the other day, I got off the app, the dating app. I got this guy's number, right? So I was he answers the phone, we're videoing, and he answers, and his voice sounds like, hello, like a woman, like a man trying to, like, act a high-pitched voice. And I asked him, is that your real voice? And he's like, yeah, I damaged my vocal cords. And I'm like, how? And he's like, from drinking and smoking and doing drugs and other things. So I'm like, can you fix it? And he's like, whoa, surgery. And then that same guy, after I hung up with him, we had an exchange, and he told me to go see a doctor, like a doctor as in like a psychiatrist or a therapist. Well, even if I'm seeing one, I think it was really insulting at the time, and I was upset, you know, so I just blocked him. But all I have to say is that he had a woman's voice, so that's the greatest insult for a man, I think. I don't like men with high-pitched voices. I was thinking about my old neighbor. Last time I told you about Tuba. Now I want to tell you about Zina. She was a Russian older neighbor, and she lived upstairs, and she told me a story about when she was a young girl, around 13 years old. She sat on a cold stone, and then she tried to get up, and she was paralyzed, and the doctors, she couldn't move, and she was bedridden, and she became like a vegetable, and the doctors thought that she would die, and there was no hope. But after 3 years, she said she recovered. So she always told me, don't sit on a cold rock, don't sit on a cold rock. And I didn't really listen to her. She's like, don't sit on a cold stone. But that was an interesting story about her. She used to also sew all the clothing for my family, you know, like sew like hems and everything. She was a good lady, and sadly, like Tuba, she passed on. She was from the older generation. And so that's about Zina and her memory, how much she contributed to us, and how I remember her and her stories and her advice about not sitting on a cold stone. And there was another Russian lady at the Russian shul where we used to go to as kids, because since my father is Russian, he's from Ukraine, and he would join the Russian community there once in a while, you know, when it was my grandma's Memorial Day, like the day she died, her anniversary. We would go there and have like on Shabbat and have a kiddush, you know, so everyone would sit around and eat and talk about her, right? And there was a woman there, older woman, her name was Zoya. I don't know, but for some reason one time I was harassing her, I think because she used to clean at the synagogue, and I was a little kid, and I just thought it was fun to bother her. I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember my uncle. My uncle at the time, he asked me, what's my problem? Why am I harassing her? And I stopped, right? But till this day, I remember, and I'm like, oh no, I hope I didn't cause her too much pain, because like she died too. She also died now. So this is all the older generation. They all died. I want to go visit their graves, but I would have to go back there and inquire. I want to go and ask her forgiveness, because I think it's not good for karma if you hurt someone, you know, and you're never forgiven, you know. So that's the story of my thoughts for today, and that's it for now. I'm gonna go soon and buy my comfortable pants so I can lounge around my house. That's all for now. Sayonara, share your thoughts with me, and have a nice day.